With the rainy weather and storms, some areas in and around Chicago are dealing with flooding right now. But residents of South Suburban Dixmoor, a community of about 3,600, are in a different sort of water crisis. More than a week without any water. Amanda Vinicky joins us now with a look at what happened and whether it could happen elsewhere too. Amanda, what's the latest?
Well, Paris, it was about a week ago Saturday that water pressure in Dixmoor dropped so precipitously that residents and businesses were left without running water. So no showers, no laundry, no water from faucets to wash your hands or brush your teeth or to drink even, which meant that businesses and schools had to close. Now, things have since improved some.
Right now, you can shower, you can bathe. The commodes are flushing, but they just don't want you to drink the water right now because what we got, we running a back feed. What a back feed is, we running from Blue Island, one of their hydrants on 139th Street, to our hydrant to help us get pressure to fill up our tanks. Our tanks are filling up, but at the same time, I don't trust the water. And of course, I don't want the people to trust the water right now.
I spoke with Village President Fitzgerald Roberts this afternoon after he and other trustees were just finished unloading a semi-truck of donated water bottles. That's for residents to drink because there is, as he indicated, a boil water in effect after all that's happened, which is this. Roberts says that someone turned off a valve in nearby Harvey that they shouldn't have.
Not knowing what they're doing, they turned it back on too fast, which made a hammer effect because it was too much pressure. And then the gate that's inside that sits on the valve actually dropped down pretty much closed. So that stopped the water from coming through the Dixmoor from Harvey.
From the president's perspective, there is an element of human error at play, but really, he says, this is about infrastructure that is in need of repair. Engineer Jeffrey Freeman is not directly involved with Dixmoor's situation, but he can explain roughly what is going on. He says that Chicago provides water to Harvey, which in turn provides water to Dixmoor.
So to get from Lake Michigan through a treatment plant where it is then pumped through transmission mains out to Harvey, and then eventually to Dixmoor's water system. And from there, it's pumped again likely and out to the residents and ultimately to their sinks. It's a long route and it takes a lot of infrastructure to be able to get all the way from Lake Michigan to the tap.
And in Dixmoor, a lot of that infrastructure is old. Water mains throughout the United States and throughout the Chicago area predate World War I.
In Northeast Illinois that have been around for a while probably have that infrastructure, and many of them know it and understand it and plan for it. It's just simply they don't have the revenue to be able to take care of all the challenges that they're up against.
Well, Dixmoor hadn't previously experienced a crisis as dramatic as this one. The village president does say that Dixmoor has experienced water main breaks, as have nearby Dolton and Harvey. Now, Jeremy Orr with the NRDC's Safe Water Initiative says that this is occurring in Dixmoor is no coincidence.
We know that these types of water issues disproportionately impact marginalized communities, communities of color, low-income communities. Right, we know that to be true nationally, right? When we look around at the data of where water is most likely to have some sort of contaminant and be poisoned, right? It's in communities of color, right? Where are communities most likely to have their water shut off, right? It's communities of color. Who are paying the highest water rates, right? It's communities of color.
He says at the same time, given the century-old water systems across Cook County and across the country, many other communities in Illinois could, at any moment, face a similar crisis.
It's all over, right? It's not just in those communities. I think those communities get it the worst, right? We know that to be true, but we're just one incompetent decision away from any other community having these types of problems.
And director of Cook County's Emergency Management Regional Security Agency says that this sort of water crisis is just that. It's more than just a pain.
It doesn't just impact one's ability to cook or to bathe or to wash their clothes, but it does have public safety impacts, excuse me, and there are public health impacts as well. The reason the boil order is in place is the water lines in Dixmoor are no longer under pressure, so that allows groundwater to potentially seep in, which could have contaminants.
There is no evidence of that thus far. There's also, however, the issue of low water pressure and fire hydrants. So nearby departments have to be on call to bring in tankers should there be a fire in Dixmoor. Everyone that I spoke with says that the situation highlights the need for investments in the country's water infrastructure. President Joe Biden's as yet stalled Build Back Better agenda would put $111 billion into water systems, money that the NRDC's OR says is crucial, but it is still short of the $1 trillion of investments that the American Water Works Association says is needed.
When you think about, in most instances, people's water bill is less than their cell phone bill or less than what they pay for internet or TV service or whatever it may be, you're really getting a great service for a very low amount of money, and then you don't really recognize it until there's challenges.
And making those repairs, heading off those challenges, Freeman says, could mean an increase in water rates. Now, in Dixmoor, the costs are mounting. The village president says that because nobody knew the root of the problem, when water ran out of Dixmoor's tank, well, the turbines kept running and burnt out 2 of them, as well as the circuit board. So that's going to cost additional money for those repairs. And he says that that is a cost burden that Dixmoor and its residents cannot handle. He is seeking federal and state help. With that, Paris, back to you.
A lot of challenges there for Dixmoor. All right, Amanda, thank you very much.